There's a fight going on right now between two unbelievably powerful alphas, and the fight is incredible. I'm talking about top 3 anime fights of all time. And this fight takes all 3 spots. And it's the fight between Andrew Tate and Sneako. Andrew Tate, a seasoned alpha, a veteran with an experience level close to 100. And of course, there's Sneako, who is also an alpha, but an entry-level alpha. And that's only because he lied on his resume. Nah. Seriously speaking though, these guys have been going back and forth online, just exchanging posts, exchanging videos, and I think it's quite fascinating. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the video that Andrew Tate made, because I think that is exactly where it started. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and start there.
People got confused, including Sneako. And guys, I know everyone's giving him a hard time right now, but I'm not here to end Sneako's career. I mean, I could. I'm that guy, but I'm not here to do that to the guy. You know, he's young. He's young.
I don't know, man. I feel like Andrew's become a little more egotistical. At least that's the impression I'm getting. I feel like he would patent his own selfies. But we're going to talk about that issue a little later. But nonetheless, that's the first video that I saw from Andrew. And apparently, while looking through that video, he also mentioned something that was pretty interesting when he said that Sneako called him a Jew.
The only reason I even replied to him is because he implied I was Jewish, which he knows is a bit far.
When I heard Andrew say that, and when I read Sneako's tweet, because he also references, you know, being a Jew in his tweet, I started thinking to myself, like, man, these guys are getting a little too comfortable throwing around anti-Semitic verses. Apparently, Sneako corrected Andrew on a certain tweet, and that's what prompted Andrew to respond. And this is the tweet that Sneako attempted to correct, where Andrew talks about how he's half black and half white, and how he can use these two ethnicities to his advantage whenever the situation calls for it, which ultimately makes him the ultimate version of a human. And trust me when I tell you, I know this is going to sound very paradoxical, but Andrew Tate describing himself as superior over every other person is actually not the most important verse in that tweet. Instead, it's this verse here where it references white supremacists, and it reads, "The white supremacists who say race is everything are totally right. It is." And of course, out of all people, Sneako ends up stepping up to serve as a vigilante. He felt like he needed to say something, and of course he did. And as you can see, Sneako references the white supremacist verse, and then he goes on to say this goes against the core fundamentals of Islam. God did not in fact choose any race as supreme, and if you believe so, you're Jewish. I want to go ahead and mention that I looked up to see whether this was the case or not, that Jewish people believe that they're the superior race or the superior religion, and there is no evidence suggesting that Jewish people believe this. So that's misinformation from Sneako. And so his chat is telling Sneako like, hey, yo, man, Andrew Tate, he has a couple of words for you, and they're not exactly, you know, from the Bible. He's coming up with a ton of insults, and yeah, I think you should check it out.
And then all the liberals are like, oh, if you're wrong, you're gonna be, your reputation's dead. I'm like, no, I met these guys, they're good people, and I looked through the case and I think it's bullshit. There's no chance the first time Andrew Tate tweets saying my name, it's disrespectful, is it? After all that? So wait, chat. Are you insinuating that I did all that for nothing? That I publicly defended a guy that I agree with 99% of issues on, that he found something to focus on, to hyper focus on, to disrespect me publicly? Is that what you guys are saying?
No, Sneako, that's not what we're saying. That's what Andrew Tate is saying. We're just simply the messenger. And I can tell you guys right now that Sneako did not handle this very well.
I know everyone's giving him a hard time right now, but I'm not here to end Sneako's career. I mean, I could. I'm that guy, but I'm not here to do that to the guy.
What's so funny about that? That's what is kind of weird about watching your streams now, is that we're not here laughing with you. It's like it's a giant, it's there for to show off, like, I'm top G, I'm this, I'm that guy, I'm the strongest, I'm the richest, I'm this, and then I could ruin his life. People aren't laughing with you there. It's you're alone in your room boasting about ending my career because I corrected you. But people, I think that's what you don't understand, is that people are not laughing with you when you do this.
And then after this, Sneako responds to Andrew Tate when he said that he would end Sneako's career.
Look, if you think you can end my career, you're gonna have to kill me. If anybody, this is a message, not just if you like feeling like, if you think you can end my career, you're going to have to kill me. I'm never gonna go anywhere. I'm never stopping. There's nothing on this earth and nothing that I fear other than God. You can't ever stop this, ever, unless you take my life away.
So you can see that Sneako, he's like hyping himself up. He's talking about like, you know, the only way you're going to end my career is if you kill me, whatever the case is. Yeah. So after that, he ends up watching a clip from Andrew Tate, and Sneako, he stays quiet completely.
You know, I know you think you're a tough guy because Strickland couldn't finish you. I'll finish you. Don't worry about that. I'm built different. Have to happen. You know, I know you think you're a tough guy because Strickland couldn't finish you. I'll finish you. Don't worry about that. I'm built different.
And for the next 15 seconds, Sneako, he's just quiet because he doesn't know how to respond to that. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. When I saw Tate say that, to me, I was just thinking like, why are you taking it there? That does not look appealing at all. If you guys are new to the channel, I just want you guys to know that there is one principle that I always live by. And it's, if you get physical first, then you lose. In almost every single situation, I think that this applies other than just self-defense. If someone is threatening your life, you're more than welcome, not just more than welcome, you are absolutely required to engage physically because obviously this is your life and someone is attempting to take it away. Unless of course they end up whipping out a knife, then of course, if you could run or find an opportunity to run away, it's always suggested, and any fighter will tell you this. I know my coach told me that because you are at a severe disadvantage if you go up against somebody with a knife. But when I see Andrew Tate attempt to engage physically, that tells me that he doesn't have the intellectual capacity to keep up with Sneako. And honestly, I'm going to show you guys that I don't think that he can. When Sneako presented his arguments, Andrew Tate, he didn't engage with them. Instead, he threw out a bunch of ad hominems, insulted him, belittled Sneako's experience, and ultimately threatening Sneako. And I already know that there's going to be people defending Andrew Tate, and they're going to say that that was top G. You can defend Andrew Tate all you want, but at the end, it's the evidence that shows who's really in tune with the religion, who's really in tune with what they believe. And honestly, man, I know a lot of people like to say that Sneako, he's a grifter, and maybe he is, but honestly, throughout this entire year or maybe even 2 years, he's been on that Muslim grind. He has, man. And it shows because when this battle between Andrew and Sneako occurred, the Muslims were siding with Sneako the entire time. There's tweets there. The only people that were fist pumping and cheering on Andrew Tate were just his fans. But imagine you have an entire community, the Muslim community, that comes to back you up, plus your own fans. I don't know, man. That says a lot about a person. He's been putting in the work. He's been going in and out of different countries to go check out the culture, whatever the case is. He puts in the work, man. There's no doubt about it. As for Andrew Tate, I haven't seen him go into a mosque in a very long time. I know there was that one video where he went into a mosque to convert supposedly, but other than that, I haven't really seen him associate himself with the Muslim faith. As a matter of fact, I don't even see him associate himself with any of the people who are a part of that community. Like Sneako, he's always asking questions, bringing on Muslim philosophers like Mohammed Hijab, and Andrew Tate, who has a platform, he doesn't bring any of these folks on there. And another thing is that it is my understanding that he was released from house arrest, I think a year ago. And I haven't heard anything from Andrew Tate about how he goes to pray at a mosque. I haven't seen any of that. Now, perhaps he does that on his own time without the cameras, but I don't know, man. I feel like somebody of his presence would probably have video of him circulating around the internet of people attempting to take photos with him, but I mean, we don't see that. Ultimately, I think that Sneako won this one out. There's just no way that I could see Andrew Tate as the one who took the victory here. Absolutely not, because the whole community came to back up Sneako, and that really shows a lot about a person. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to just go ahead and go over that, show you guys what I thought about that. And yeah, man, that's all I have for you guys, and hopefully you learned something today. Yeah, I almost fucked up my outro. All right, guys, see you next video.